guys, AJ here back on the 1-4, and guys, it's time to do another episode of 3NN News. That's right, guys, the 304 News Network, where we talk about these 304s acting an absolute fool.
Talking about whores, people! They're everywhere!
You guys, what do I always say about the ponytail patrol, right? Guys, female cops are absolutely useless. One-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, straight up. And guys, the only thing worse than having the ponytail patrol out on the beat is putting the ponytail patrol in charge of an entire police department. Guys, here we have a case of not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 officers saying that this dunderheaded ponytail patrol police chief is discriminating against them. And guys, I want you to stop right now, okay? And let me know what you think this dunderheaded police chief looks like. She's loud-mouthed and discriminating against officers. Guys, come on, we all know what what this officer looks like. Has to be a B-dub, right? So guys, we'll get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 50304s. That's linked in the description. Please go and check that out. Join my Discord. Check out the playlist at the end. Guys, I'm offering memberships now, so thanks to all you guys who are already members. Hit the link in the description or the join button, because memberships really help the channel out. And let's get into this.
Now at 6, 5 Miami Gardens police officers are planning on suing the city. They claim they're being discriminated against and targeted for being Hispanic. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
I'm Lauren Pastrana. Thanks for joining us. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is live in Miami Gardens with the alarming allegations. Chelsea?
Well, the 5 officers are claiming that they...
I can't believe I have to translate the news, guys.
They've been suspended, demoted, and are facing emotional trauma because of what they call unfair treatment. So they are hoping that the chief gets removed, they get their old positions back, and they get financial compensation. In a press conference Wednesday, 4 out of 5 officers claiming discrimination within the Miami Gardens Police Department sat with their lawyer to lay out what they say are violations of the Officer Bill of Rights. They allege those violations have been going on for at least 3 years.
We've been subject of transfers, demotions, some of us relieved of duty, myself, without no cause.
Sergeant Pedro Valdez was placed on leave with pay, but says the experience was demoralizing.
I brought up a lot of issues we had internally within Miami Gardens, the different command staff members and members of leadership to try to get rectified. And just every time I did, they would kind of fall on deaf ears. It all culminated to the beginning of this year in January, where I was called in and removed from the unit. I was stripped of my dog. And then I was replaced by somebody who, for the reason I was told I was removed, was for a minor body cam violation of not docking it into my shift.
Officer Juan Gonzalez claims his superior assaulted him.
I was brought up to his office and I was scolded for talking to Hispanic officers on scene. I asked for permission to speak freely. I spoke my mind, and when I didn't agree, I stood up, I walked out, and I was followed by my supervisor in a threatening manner. He never punched me, he never touched me.
None of these claims have been substantiated by Miami Gardens police. The other officers listed in the complaint and intend to sue are Christian Vega, who was not present, and Rudy Hernandez. All 5 officers are asking the federal government to step in, saying they also plan to file a federal lawsuit. The city sent us a statement saying it is aware of the pending lawsuit to be filed by a group of police officers. As a matter of policy, the city does not comment on pending litigation. The city remains committed to transparency and will respond accordingly within the legal process.
It's a sad day in the United States of America when police officers are getting post-traumatic stress syndrome, not from dealing with criminals or being in life-threatening situations with the bad guys, but because they've been targeted by their own police chief and their own administration.
All 5 of these officers are still employed members of this department. We have filed a public records request to learn more about each of these officers' claims and conduct.
Now, guys, let's look at the police chief's response. Here we go.
Now the Miami Gardens chief of police responding to allegations of discrimination inside her department, and she is pushing back hard. Local 10's Trent Kelly is joining us live from Miami Gardens with this story. Trent.
Yeah, Louis, those allegations raised in a pending civil rights lawsuit, which the police chief here today called baseless and full of personal grievances. While the officers making those claims are now calling on the chief to resign, she made it clear today she's not going anywhere.
I want to make it.
There she is, guys, right there.
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Clown world.
Absolutely clear. These allegations are without merit.
The top cop in Miami Gardens firing back against claims of discrimination made by 5 of her own officers who are also calling for her ouster.
While I acknowledge the...
You guys see Han Solo behind her, frozen in carbonite.
The officers' right to voice their concerns. The demand for my resignation is misguided and misplaced.
Flanked by members of her department and other South Florida law enforcement leaders, Chief Delma Noel Pratt today strongly refuted allegations that she unfairly demoted or reassigned 5 Hispanic officers who say they were targeted in part because of their race.
My job is to hold every employee accountable to the standards of this profession, regardless of whether they are Black, Hispanic, white, Asian, or of any other background.
Her comments coming one day after the officers involved in the claims announced plans to file a civil rights lawsuit.
There just seems to be a lot of, if you just want to describe it as inconsistent discipline and certain aspects of maybe favoritism.
After sharing those concerns, they say command staff retaliated by reassigning them to lesser positions and in some cases suspending them.
We've been subject of transfers, demotions, some of us relieved of duty, myself, without no cause.
In reference to transfers, let me be very clear. They are made based on feasibility, staffing needs, and the goal of maintaining effective and efficient departmental operations.
The chief saying any changes that were made were based on performance, not on race.
Officers from various racial and ethnic backgrounds, particularly non-Hispanic officers, have also been transferred under my administration. These decisions are not made lightly and certainly not based on race.
Meantime, Local 10 also heard from a retired police detective here in Miami Gardens who says they decided to leave the force due to issues similar to the ones raised by those 5 officers. They claim several other employees here have also left over recent years due to similar concerns. The police chief today, though, did acknowledge that officers do leave the department from time to time for various reasons, adding, though, that her department is no different than any other. Reporting live from Miami Gardens this afternoon, I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
Look at that, guys. Guys, what do you think, right? Look at that. Absolutely insane. There you go, guys. A B-dub in charge, you know? This is what happens. Someone says, wait, so you mean blacks are discriminating against Cubans? Oh, wait. I noticed that this is in Miami. Look at that, man. Look at that. Someone says the police chief's got to slow down on those Egg McMuffins and frappes. Guys, what do you think, right? This is inevitable. Put dunderheads like this in charge, it's going to happen. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good one.